Hey guys, so yeah, not used to seeing me on camera, but I figured, you know, seeing as we're doing this whole self-isolation thing, you know, staying at home and keeping away from where we can, all the drift events and things have sort of somewhat dried up. So yeah, we're kind of now resorting to filming at home. So got a bit of work that needs to be done on the actual Skyline so I can get back out driving. It's been, last time I drove was November, where I subsequently hit the wall at Nissan, taking out the rear end, bending the rim, and yeah, thanks to D-Speed I've got a replacement wheel and some arms. So yeah, now I'm gonna go ahead fit that, as well as putting on the new turbo from Kinugawa. So we'll see how the car goes and what kind of power it's gonna make once we get it retuned. Hopefully our tune is still available and they're self-isolating in the workshop, but we'll tackle that when we get there. So expect to see a bit more videos like this, and we'll get stuck into it. So as you can see, the car's kind of just boxed in. We have to move these wheels and then yeah, maybe pull it away from the wall. Use the jack over there to drag it away a little bit. Yeah, I've started it, keep starting it fairly regularly, so runs fine. Yeah, may even start it, move it now and see how we go. So as you can see, that's the turbo there that'll be coming off. 3071 will be going in its place. Yeah, so quite excited to see. I mean, this turbo is now probably touching on 12, 13 years old. Had it for a very, very long time, and yeah, as most of the other boys all know, it loves to smoke a bit. So, you know, got a fresh built 25 now that's forged with slightly up compression of 9:1. So we'll see what the new turbo makes and how responsive it is. Hopefully we can keep the same sort of response curve and maybe even, you know, bring it on a bit sooner, but we'll find out. So we got the time lapse going, it's running just over there. Yeah, wow, it's bloody bright. So we'll get stuck into this and yeah, give another update once we make a bit of progress and get the turbo off the actual manifold. We'll likely leave the manifold in place and then have a play around seeing water lines and stuff, what we need to do. You can kind of get an idea why we're replacing it. Yeah, ignore the dodgy welds on here. That was just to give it something to bite onto because it was a random piece of stainless pipe we had lying around. Safe to say this turbo is definitely gone, but we'll see. Let's get this down in here. You can sort of see the play it has. I don't know how well the camera's going to focus on that, but as you can see how irregular this has been spinning, and yeah, I'd say safe to say it's about time to replace it. The fins are all ground where it's kind of bit on the housing. Yeah, let's take a look at the housing. Oh wow, So yeah, safe to say this, as you can see by the oil there, the oil the engine bay here from that turbo, safe to say it's good that we are replacing it. Turbo's now off. A bit of work to get it off, but it's out of the way now, so we'll go and fetch the Kinugawa in a bit and test fit it up and see what we have to modify. I mean, gonna definitely have to do the water lines and that sort of thing to route them back in, because I blanked them off previously as I didn't need them with this turbo. Who knows, may run the Kinugawa without water and just, yeah, see what happens. It's, yeah, you know, take the risk. But again, I don't tend to sort of, you know, stop the car straight away. I let it wind down and that sort of thing to regulate the water temp or the oil temp. Yeah, and then we'll see if the V-band fits the exhaust. Who knows, I might luck out and it might just bolt straight on and the V-band work, but I highly doubt it. So, had a bit of a snag. The turbo manifold has to be modified now to pull the actual housing away from the engine. So it's sitting quite close to the rock cover and I can't actually get the front housing on. So it means the manifold's got to come off. We're going to have to cut it, slightly modify it. So basically take the flange, lay the flange over slightly, pulling it away from the engine, and then, yeah, tackling the next issue that comes out of that, whether it's, you know, studs fitting and that sort of thing. So as you can see, we got this issue of limited space. Let me just see if I can. As you can see, there's this problem with limited space here. Can't actually get the front housing on the actual turbo. So yeah, off comes the manifold and we'll shop it and see what happens. So we got the turbo test fitted up. It, as you probably would have seen from the time lapse, some mucking around here and there, but I've managed to rotate the housing now to where I may have to just shave off a little bit of the rock cover. Yeah, so we'll get stuck into that and see how much we need to take out. And if we take out too much, obviously we'll just get it alley welded up again. Yeah, other than that, sort of the quickest and easiest way to ensure that the turbo is going to sit flat and it's not going to leak. The major part for the turbo setup's now done. Rear housing's bolted on, it's all tight. Front housing's all tight. Rock cover's been cleared to allow for the housing to actually fit so that there's not anything rubbing. The only thing left to sort out now is the exhaust and the return line, which we'll be doing during the week. I'll hopefully go pick up those bits and then fit that to be able to at least start it up. Then it's book it in with the tuner and then get the retune done.